What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Fellow Show. Tonight, it's July 7th. We're going to be doing a Yahoo half PPR mock draft. We're going to be in the 7th spot in a 12-team league. The draft lobby starts in a couple minutes, so we'll get to that. I'm going to hop into a screen share here, and we'll just hang out for a little bit before the draft gets going. I did post the lobby link, so I don't know if anyone's watching the video in there with us. We're just going to have fun. Friday evening, relax, get a little mock draft in. And then I do have, I got a lot of mock drafts done together so far. I have a playlist. I'll probably link it in the description or post it in the comments below if you want to check out some of the other mock draft spots that I've been doing. Been doing a lot of ESPN. I have a sleeper video, and then this will be my second Yahoo video. So I am trying to get all the major sites. And if you guys have any requests, like if you need a 10-team half PPR or a 12-team half PPR or, whatever platform, let me know and we can do a mock draft off of those rankings for you guys. Again, this draft's almost ready to go. And I just want to shout out, hey, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely subscribe, like the video, all of that good stuff. And then go check out thefantasyfellowship.com. I have my 2023 playbook available for free. It's got all my rankings, projections, cheat sheets, and more on here. You guys can view the rankings by position. You can get the cheat sheet. You can get the projections by position and flex. And then I do have all my team projections available here. Tons of stuff in here. It's completely free this year. So that's something a little bit different than I've done in the past. I just want more people to use it. So check it out. All the good stuff is there. And then I will say, hey, we're on Spotify, Apple, Google, TikTok, Anchor, all that good stuff. Go check it out there. And then what's cool too is when I upload I stream everything to YouTube. And then when I'm done with the video, I will upload it to Anchor, which will distribute it to all the podcasting platforms. But Spotify does upload the video too. So if you miss a live video and you want to check out the Spotify live video version, there you go. But here we go. The draft's starting in a couple minutes. I'm going to probably put in some chapters below. So if you guys want to skip around, go ahead and do that. And again, I would be greatly honored if you guys would subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the time the football season starts. So we got almost 2 full months to go here. So let's have some fun. Let's get this mock draft going here. I do have the 7th overall pick. It's saying Saquon Barkley is the 7th best available player. So we'll see about that. In my projections, I have this filtered by half PPR. It's saying Tyreek Hill or Nick Chubb would be good picks for me here with my projection rankings. I would take Bijan if he could fall there. They do have him at 6. Curious, Nick Chubb a little bit lower here at 11. Tyreek Hill a little bit lower here. So half PPR, the biggest difference here is look at all the running backs here in the top 12. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 running backs in my top 12 projections. Let me just filter that by PPR to show you the difference. And full PPR, I've only got 4. So half PPR, I kind of want to grab one of those top running backs, and then we can bang out receivers throughout the draft. Hang tight. We're going to be getting this thing going here in looks like just a minute or so. They have Christian McCaffrey as their top-ranked player, Jamar Chase over Justin Jefferson, which I think is interesting. I was looking at targets from last year, and on a per-game basis, Jamar Chase averaged more targets per game than any other receiver in the league. So it wouldn't shock me if Chase was the wide receiver one. I think it's fun. I think this year, more than others, I think you really want a top 3 pick because you're guaranteed one of the top 2 receivers in Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson, or you can get Christian McCaffrey if you wish. I also think my projections kind of favor Austin Eckler over CMC. I think he's got a little bit more receiving upside than CMC this year. Really bullish on the Chargers offense, but we'll see what happens. Again, I'm going to turn off the draft sounds because those get annoying at times. My team's going to show up here, and I guess it's going to show all the picks here, and then I do think there's going to be a draft. Is there a draft board? Yeah, there is a draft board. So I think what I want to do is, I'm going to open this up twice. Turn that off, and then I'll kind of rotate back and forth. So we'll have the draft board pulled up for most of it. Oh, wow, interesting. It only lets me have one board up at a time, but we're moving and grooving now. The draft has officially started. It looks like CMC, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson, the first 3 picks here. And hey, if you guys are watching this, let me know. Are you guys on Yahoo? Do you guys play half PPR? What is your preferred platform and scoring format? I would like to know. That way, it just help me make better videos in the future. That way I can curate towards the audience. But CMC, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, the top 3 picks. You got Austin Eckler and Jonathan Taylor at number 5. Again, I'm not sure what I want to do here. I mentioned maybe looking at running back here. It is saying Travis Kelce, my number one suggestion, which is interesting. We could go tight end. We'll see what Will does here with his number 6th overall pick. And he takes Travis Kelce. So I'm going to go to the player tab here. We get the guy that I was kind of hoping for. Now, his fantasy points, Bijan's fantasy points aren't as high as Barkley, Cooper, Tyreek. So they have him ranked higher than they have him projected. I want to take Bijan Robinson. I want to bet on the young talent here. I guess I'll star it. Let me see. I'll click the name here. We'll draft Bijan Robinson on the squad here. And then I guess, let me see here. I have Bijan as my 5th ranked half PPR player. I think he's going to flirt with the league lead in rushing yards this year. Let me take a look here. I have him 2nd in rushing yards. I mean, if they give him 300 carries, it's going to be a really fun season there for Bijan Robinson. Let me get the half PPR filtered back here. And hey, we got some guys in the chat room. We got Bob. Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're doing well. And Harris, my man, how are we doing this evening? Happy Friday to everybody. Hope you guys have a great rest of your evening and weekend. We're moving into the end of the first round here. Half PPR Yahoo draft. We have Cooper Kupp after I take Bijan, followed by Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs. So, yeah, a lot more running backs in a half PPR format go towards the top of the board. I mean, if I can get a guy like Nick Chubb to fall back to us in the 2nd round, I think that would be a pretty good deal. And yeah, Bob, I'm not taking a lot of CMC in the drafts that I've been doing. I kind of prefer the receivers over Christian McCaffrey at the top. I haven't done a lot of half PPR drafts, but I'm open to CMC. I don't know if I feel great about it. I really like Austin Eckler in the Chargers offense this year. Slightly nervous about the 49ers rotating in a healthy Elijah Mitchell as well, just to kind of take some of the ceiling off CMC. So I'm kind of right there with you. And yeah, I'm gonna continue to crank these out, man. I want to get some more sleeper mock drafts in there, get some more Yahoos. Personally, I still think ESPN is my favorite platform to play on, just because I like the app on Sundays. Like, their game tracker app's one of the better features here. But otherwise, I don't play on Yahoo. I don't play on Sleeper. So these sites are a little bit different for me. Let's see. I think Eli Mitchell. Let me read that. I think Eli Mitchell is really good talent. There are just so many weapons now. And yeah, man, there's a lot of mouths to feed there. I almost think in a half PPR format, like taking guys like Jonathan Taylor, Bijan, Saquon. These guys have no really competition for targets or rushing attempts. I think that's maybe even a little bit safer. I mean, not too long ago, we were pretty concerned about CMC's injury history. He does get banged up. We're on the clock right now. We got CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson, A.J. Brown at the top of the list here. Other running backs include Brees, Ramondre, ETN. I'm probably going wide receiver here. I just want to look at my ranks real quick. It's probably CeeDee Lamb for me. He's my 14th best player here. I have A.J. Brown here and Garrett Wilson at 19. We're just going to run in CeeDee Lamb here. Let's get the best available wide receiver on the squad. And hey, good evening to Chase. Hope you're doing well. We're doing a half PPR Yahoo mock draft. Thoughts on buying Burks and or Jameson Williams in Superflex Dynasty. I'm pretty excited about both guys. We haven't really seen what Jameson Williams can do. I think if I had to choose between one or the other, I think it's Burks. I think there's potential for Burks to be the leading receiver in Tennessee for the next few years. With Jameson Williams, as long as Amon-Ra St. Brown is there, you also have targets with Jahmyr Gibbs, Sam Laporta. I'm not as excited about Jameson Williams' ceiling as I am about Treylon Burks. I prefer Treylon Burks. The guy who has stacked at receiver. Yeah, man, I think I would I think I would go with Treylon Burks here. I see Richardson seeing some of the Taylor Stees at the goal line. No, I think you're on to one, man. I think so again, I don't. This is my second Yahoo mock draft of the year. I'm slightly surprised to see him that high. I like Saquon there. I think I would, if I'm taking a running back here at 5, it's probably Saquon or Bijan. And then with Taylor, we're not excited about the offense. I think we are excited about the Giants offense stepping forward this year. They've kind of built some more weapons in that offense. They should be more effective and get more opportunities for touchdowns and points. So I agree. I'm taking Saquon Barkley over Jonathan Taylor. I like JT, but again, Anthony Richardson's there for goal line touches. They might be a little bit, less efficient. And also too, like I don't know how often Anthony Richardson's going to throw to the running backs. Whereas Saquon Barkley, like we know he's going to get a ton of targets. He's going to lead the team in carries by a mile. I'm with you all there, Barkley for me. All right, Yahoo. So that's Harris. Is that standard league or half PPR, or are all Yahoo leagues standard? Oh man, if you can flip Zay Jones for Treylon Burks straight up, I'm doing that all day. I mean, if you told me you have to send Zay Jones in a second round pick, I'm doing it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, that's a great deal. Let me just get a little recap in here, you guys, for the audio listeners. After I took CeeDee Lamb in the second round, AJ Brown, Garrett Wilson, Patrick Mahomes, Breece Hall, Ramondre Stevenson, and Jalen Hurts. So we have 2 QBs off the board through 2 rounds. Mark Andrews, the second tight end, off the board at pick 301. Jalen Waddle, Najee Harris, ETN, and T. Higgins. I'm on deck right now. We'll see what this guy does before we get into it. And again, we have a Bijan Robinson, CeeDee Lamb start. Pretty good balance here. I'd like Bijan to get a lot of carries, and I like CeeDee Lamb to get a lot of receptions for the Dallas Cowboys. And then, yeah, this guy's got Travis Kelce and A.J. Brown. Not sure what he's going to do. Maybe he goes running back here. We shall see. I'm going to pivot. We got Devonta Smith, Chris Olave, Ken Walker, top available here. And he just took who did he just take? Looks like he just took Devonta Smith. So Olave is the best receiver available. I could take Josh Allen. I like J.K. Dobbins. I like Miles Sanders in half PPR. Let me just do my checking here. I have Dobbins ranked higher than Chris Olave. Interesting. Gun to my head, I'm going to take Chris Olave. I'm going to get the second receiver here for myself, Chris Olave and CeeDee Lamb on the board. But I did have J.K. Dobbins ranked higher, so maybe I regret that. I'm not sure. But we have Chris Olave here at pick 307, and we'll see what the board spits back at us. You got to drop Tajay Spears in my dynasty after rookie drafts to pull. Oh, my goodness. Chase, you'll have to tell me like some of your worst players on your team, the bottom of the team, because Tajay Spears, he should not be getting cut in Dynasty League. Adams, Diggs, and Lamb. In full PPR there, Bob, I think, let me look here. What did I do? I have Diggs, Adams, and Lamb, but I'm nervous about Diggs and Adams. I wouldn't, if you wanted to convince me that Lamb should go over both these guys, I wouldn't disagree with you. I think these guys are all kind of in a tier, especially with AJ Brown too. I think all these guys are in a tier. They're the alpha receivers on their team. Diggs, slightly concerned with the character and some of the things that are going on in Buffalo, but I still think he's a rock solid top 5 potential wide receiver. Adams, I'm pretty nervous about the Raiders. I guess I might even change that ranking to move CeeDee Lamb up over Adams. Adams also approaching that age 30 season. So I'm kind of concerned there. But I think for now, I'm going to leave them ranked as I have them here. Diggs, Adams, Lamb, A.J. Brown. And Harris plays standard. Harris plays safe. So Harris is a touchdown seeker. Yep. Darnold, Minshew, Zach Wilson, A-Chain, Zay Jones, Nico Rondale, Dobbs. It's probably Gardner Minshew. I don't know if anyone's going to rush to go pick up Gardner Minshew on the waiver wire. Even if Minshew starts week 1 or 2, which, again, it's probably going to be Richardson. I would like to think that Richardson's going to beat out Minshew this camp. To get Tajay Spears, I think I'm okay with that. Minshew doesn't have much of a long leash on the team. Just thinking, 2 to 3 years out, I don't know what Minshew's value is. So it's probably Minshew, Chase. But we're up to pick right now. Let me grab this and then we'll do a recap here. I get J.K. Dobbins to fall to me. I have him ranked pretty highly in my flex rankings. I'm surprised that he's still here. I want to be bullish on the Ravens offense this year. I think it's an exciting offense. They have new offensive coordinator Todd Monken. I think the Lamar Jackson situation has resolved itself with him being happy and well paid. You got the best receiving core that Lamar Jackson has had, and there might be a lot of fantasy points in Baltimore. So I will grab J.K. Dobbins to be my running back too, and I feel pretty good about that. Bijan and J.K. Dobbins. I mean, if J.K. is healthy and he's playing a full season, I see some pretty big upside. He could, easily rush for 12 to 1,300 yards, double-digit touchdowns. All that's within his wheelhouse. Um, okay. So I guess If we know that news, then we'll be fine. Because then it might be Darnold, Chase. See, I don't really want to move anybody off your taxi squad. I like these guys. If I had to remove someone from your taxi squad, it's probably Jordan Mason. And if I had to cut someone from this list, it's probably Darnold. I'm still not sure about Zach Wilson yet either. But let me do a little recap here. I took Chris Olave and J.K. Dobbins in the 4th round. In between those picks, Aaron Jones goes 308. Miles Sanders, Kenneth Walker, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Allen ends round 3. Start around 4 is Joe Mixon, Calvin Ridley, Cam Akers, DK Metcalf, and Keenan Allen. And then we did take J.K. Dobbins there. So a lot of running backs here. A lot of running backs in half PPR. NFL official one, and when you do a live mock draft, you say, yeah, man, I can definitely do that. I've never drafted on NFL.com, so I can. One of these days we will get that going here. I'm probably not this weekend. Maybe Sunday nights, but for sure, let's get an NFL.com mock draft going, and we can have fun with that. Harris, do you want a 10-team league? Do you want a 12-team league? What scoring format? What do you need from NFL.com? Good at QBs, probably jump for Mason. I agree with that. That makes sense, Chase. After I take J.K. Dobbins, you see Amari Cooper, T.J. Hawkinson, Damian Pierce, D-Hop, Joe Burrow, Deebo Samuel, and this guy stacks his Mark Andrews with Lamar Jackson. I like that move there, but he already had Jalen Hurts, which is weird. I don't know why he needed 2 QBs. Maybe he's on auto pick. I don't get it. We'll probably be 12-team PPR. Okay, yeah, we'll do it. We will do that. And Harris, if there's should we pencil in a night, either Sunday night or Monday night, whatever works for you. I can get that in there and we can get a time scheduled. George Kittle at 502 as it's coming around the bend. We have 2 running backs, 2 receivers. I wouldn't be opposed to grabbing some of these guys here at the top of the list, whether it's Lockett, McLaurin. We're up to pick here. We just got sniped on a lot of these guys. Justin Fields is the top QB available. No other QB really worth taking here, I think, at this point. They're really low on Justin Herbert, so I think we're going to do that. But DJ Moore, Drake London, I already have Bijan, Fields. I could take Dallas Goedert and be done at tight end. They're pretty high on Godwin here. Nothing's really sticking out, guys. I'll tell you what, half PPR format, I'm going to take Alexander Mattison here just because running backs seem to be the move. Where do I have it? I have Alexander Mattison ranked 34th in half PPR projections. Before when I first sat down and initially did my projections, I got Wilson as wide receiver 8. Let's group him in that tier with Diggs, Lamb, and A.J. Brown. I think Wilson can outscore all of these guys. I think he could outscore Tyreek and Cooper Kupp. He's that good. He's got Aaron Rodgers. The Jets are all in it to win it this year. When I sat down and initially did my projections, Garrett Wilson was my wide receiver 5, but I kind of cooled down a little bit to get him more closer to rank. Garrett Wilson's one of the best second-round picks you can make in fantasy drafts this summer. Especially too, if they bring in Dalvin Cook, which I don't think they're going to, that could, pump the brakes, but I think that's probably the way to look at it. Yeah, I like Madison here. The dude's he's going to get the volume. It's hard to argue with when you're getting a guy that's going to get 15 to 20 touches per game. I want you on my team in a half PPR league, and people are kind of sleeping on him. I don't get it. We'll get him as our RB3. I think that he'll be our flex for us. So I'm totally cool with it. Let's see here. Hide those. I got Lamb, Olave at wide receiver. We have Bijan, JK, and Alexander Mattison as our running backs. I'm feeling pretty good about that. Well-balanced start here. Let me see here. We're almost up to pick. Let me see what Chase has to say. I have Zay Jones dropping for Madison, Feige, and auction after Wilson. Fingers crossed. I'm sure someone's going to pay good money for Madison. He should not be on the waiver wire for sure. It's coming around the bend here. I'm almost up to pick. I don't know what you guys think about Mike Williams. I kind of like their wide receivers here because we already have 3 pretty good running backs. Ayuk, Watson, Mike Williams are the top 3 receivers. I like Jerry Jeudy quite a bit as well. Running backs, Brian Robinson, Rashad Penny. It's kind of ugly at RB right now, so I'm kind of cool with pumping the brakes there. This is probably half PPR here. Got 10 seconds to do this. Man, I should probably just take Christian Watson. I'm going to take a flyer on Christian Watson here to be our wide receiver 3. He's got that big playability. And again, he's going to be competing for our starting flex with Alexander Mattison. We'll grab some more wide receivers to, maybe get a higher floor guy in here. But I think I like getting Christian Watson as my 3rd receiver. And yeah, so Bob, I was kind of setting this up. If I can get one of Mike, Jeudy, even Christian Kirk to fall to me, and then again, I do like Justin Herbert a lot. I think he should be a little bit. I don't know why he's ranked so low. And Bob, it's the first time I'm going to disagree with you. I think Love's going to be functional. I don't think he's going to be terrible. He's going to be middle of the road. I kind of have him, like QB 20, QB 24, something like that. I don't think it's going to be ugly. I know Green Bay's young. They're going to probably lose games, but Love has some rushing upside with his legs. It seems to be like he's got a pretty good rapport with Romeo Doubs and Christian Watson. I think it's going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be a complete disaster. After Christian Watson, you got Brian Robinson, Rashad Penny, Brandon Ayuk, Kyle Pitts, Mike Williams, Mike Evans, Alvin Kamara. I wouldn't be taking Alvin Kamara this high. He's going to get a suspension, whether it's 4, 6, or 8 games. You got Damian Harris, Trevor Lawrence, Evan Ingram, Herbert, Dak, and then look at that. We get the guy to fall to us. So Bob, we get your Jerry Jeudy here. I'm pretty happy with that. To be our wide receiver 4, too, that feels pretty dang good. Let's take a look here. Bijan, JK, and Madison are top 3 running backs. And we got 4 receivers now. Lamb, Olave, and then, again, we got some pretty good flex competition, whether it's Madison, Watson, or Jerry Jeudy. That's pretty good depth there. And now we missed the quarterback run here. We're going to probably have to scrounge a quarterback soon. I do think there's some good ones available left. Let's take a look at this. I mean, you got Tua, you got DJ, you got Geno. Worst case scenario, it's Kirk Cousins or maybe Jared Goff. I think I'm fine with that. So I'm gonna queue these guys up and just kind of get them in the queue, and we'll see what happens. Tight ends available yet? You still have Darren Waller, Pat Freiermuth. Those are the top 2 that stuck out to me. So we're still doing okay. We're doing okay. I think we feel really good about the depth that we've been able to accumulate so far here. After I take Jeudy at 707, you got Deshaun Watson, Deontay, and then, San Francisco defense. Maybe we're on some auto picks here. That's the tough thing about Yahoo. Their auto picks tend to come pretty quickly. We missed on Darren Waller there. I like Geno a lot, too. I wish I had a wide receiver that I could stack with him. But dude was a top 10 QB last year. And now you're adding a first-round receiver and a second-round running back that can catch passes. I mean, I don't think why can't he be another top 10 QB? I like Seattle quite a bit. That's a tough one because I mean, if Rodgers is just one and done, then that's a big deal because then Wilson's starting next year. I would tend to think that Wilson in 2025 makes sense, but he might not even be on the Jets by then. So, I mean, if you had to cut Zach Wilson, you don't want to babysit him. I get it. It's probably a 2-year wait for him though, as long as Rodgers is going to want to play. I would imagine he's sitting this year and probably sitting next year, so that might be too long to wait in Dynasty. Yep. And that's what's great about it. Like, JSN's going to help them immensely when they do have 3 wide receivers out there. It's also like insurance. If DK or Lockett were to miss a game, they're not going to miss a beat. And then also on third downs, you're going to have Zach Charbonnet out there catching passes. I see the Seahawks taking a step forward this season. I'm pretty excited about that offense. It's a hold. I mean, if you can get anything for him in a trade, I think that would be your best bet. If you have a Jet fan or if you want to try and see if someone wants to babysit him, maybe get a 3rd round pick for him or something, whatever you can at that point, if you want to free up the space. That could be something to monitor too. I feel pretty good. Like I feel pretty strongly we're going to see Kyle Trask at some point this season. So But we're up to pick here. If they want, should I take a tight end here? Should I grab Pat Fryermuth? Or should we try playing tight end sweepstakes with like David Njoku? Really like Treylon Burks. I do see value in Tua Tagovailoa being our QB1, but I believe everyone's got a QB. Everyone's got a QB ahead of us, so we might be able to get Tua to fall. So I'm just going to grab Pat Fryermuth. Let's lock in that starter. Last year, Pat Fryermuth was tight end 7 or 8, so we're locking in a guy here that I feel pretty good about. And he only caught 2 touchdowns last year. I think he's catching more than 2 this season, so we'll see what happens. And yeah, this draft is officially done. We're on auto pick for a lot of these teams here. They all just took defenses. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know how much more valuable this mock draft will be. We're going to be getting some cream puff picks the rest of the way. And yeah, I do like Njoku quite a bit. I'm pretty excited about the Cleveland Browns passing offense. There's a lot to like there. I think they're going to lean a little bit more pass happy than they have in the past. So I do like Njoku quite a bit. I also like Njoku and Pat. I take those guys a lot in my best ball drafts. But we play the sweepstakes here. I could take Treylon Burks to be our wide receiver 5. I don't know if we need to. I'm just going to collect Tua. And I know he's got headache issues. He's got injury concerns. But any week that he's healthy, he's probably a top 5, top 10 upside QB play. We love Tyreek Hill. We love Jalen Waddle. They got some good running backs there. It's a good offense. If you want to draft Tua, you can easily pair him. You can easily pair him with another quarterback later, get someone off the waiver wire. So I actually don't think Darnell Washington's going to be a big threat this year. He's not really a polished player. He didn't really get a lot of receiving work in college. I think he's a good blocker, and he probably can find a way on the field that way. But his best way to probably make the field this year is probably special teams. I think Pat's entrenched there. I don't know if they're going to pull Pat off the field for Darnell Washington, but I'm open to more 2 tight end sets in Pittsburgh. I feel pretty good about Pat Fryermuth. Darnell Washington's a good prospect, but I think he's still a little raw at this point. After I take Tua, you see Rodgers, Gibson, Njoku go. Again, I feel bad, guys. This draft is probably done. We're going to get some ridiculous values on players like Burks, Pickens, JSN, Bateman, Addison. Too many good players down here. I like Chigozie Okonkwo as a backup tight end. Geno Smith is still out there. I like Nico Collins late in half PPR. Man, this is a wild room here. But it looks like the back half of the board is still making some good picks. It just looks like the front of the board kind of checked out. So we'll see what happens here. But hey, I want to appreciate you guys. You guys are hanging out with me on a Friday night. What else we got going on? Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you are new. We'll do some more mock drafts throughout the rest of the summer. I usually do a live mock draft on Wednesday evenings. If you guys want to participate, I usually do those on ESPN, full PPR, 12-team mock drafts. Before every live mock draft video, I do upload the lobby link. So if you guys want to participate, always check in about 15 minutes before the video goes live. Looks like we're moving around here. Khalil Herbert and A.J. Dillon go at the turn. 2 rookie receivers here, Jackson Smith-Njigba and Addison. Daniel Jones, Elijah Moore. We're on deck right now. Treylon Burks is falling here. I don't get it. I'll take him. He's a wide receiver 1 on the Titans. I know we don't like the Titans offense this year, but they got to throw to somebody. I'll see what Treylon Burks can do. I really liked I like George Pickens quite a bit. I think he's a really damn good pick this late. A lot of good wide receivers this late. And I know it's half PPR, but it is good value for this position at this point in the draft. So I have my 5 receivers. I have 3 good running backs. I have my tight end. I have my QB. I can grab Geno Smith here to be my QB2 and play matchups. Let's go ahead and just grab that and be done at QB. And then the rest of the draft, we'll maybe tack on another running back, maybe another tight end. Not sure what to do, but we're having fun here. Let's see. As far as defenses go, if you want to reach on a defense this year, I really think it's New Orleans that sticks out. They have one of the easiest schedules this year. That's a great one. Otherwise, Pittsburgh's a good one. Denver and New England are good ones, just not when they play the Chargers or the Chiefs. Carolina's sneaky too, but I really think New Orleans is probably one of the best defensive picks this year for fantasy if you play with defenses. Most of my leagues don't use kicker or defense here, so in these mock drafts, I usually just save them for my last pick, so I'm not too concerned about the position. But I do want to pivot. Let's look at some sleeper running backs here for us. Deonta Foreman could lead the team in carries. Jeff Wilson is still a good back when he gets the opportunity. Kenneth Gainwell could be the best back in Philly. Kendre Miller's a really fun, high upside rookie running back to stash in New Orleans. I like Jalen Warren, but Zach Charbonnet's down here just chilling. I don't get that. Devin A-Chain's chilling. I think I'm going to just tack on some rookie running backs for this draft and call it pretty good at the position. A lot of backup quarterbacks coming off the board now. We're entering the 12th round. And again, I apologize. A lot of people are on auto pick in this one, but that's kind of what you get. And if you guys are still watching this, I highly recommend doing some best ball drafts. Those are honestly, it's the best way to do preparation for your draft. These mock drafts, they tend to be pretty fluky. You get some weird stuff going on there. You get auto picks pretty early. I really don't know how useful mock drafts are anymore. And then with best ball drafts, people are paying for those. People are making every pick. People are crafting teams with actual thought. You can play on DraftKings or Drafters. Even Yahoo has some best ball drafts. So I highly recommend checking out some best ball leagues this summer. Underdog is the half PPR site. DraftKings and Drafters are full PPR. And if you're not signed up for those, I do have links for promo codes in the description if you guys want to sign up with the promo code, get some free cash. But let's look around here. Nico Collins still on the board. I don't know if I need another wide receiver. I'm probably just going to grab Zach Charbonnet here to be our fourth running back. He should be going way higher here. Yahoo's got some pretty janky settings from what I've seen in their rankings. He should have been like a 9th round pick. After I take Charbonnet, you see Nico, Deonta, Cole Kmet, Kobe Myers, Sky Moore, Jason Sanders. I do want to look at backup tight ends real quick. Everett's a good one. He's a starting tight end in a really good offense. Kendre Miller, top running back available. I could take a flyer. Quentin Johnston's down here too. I'm just going to grab Quentin Johnston. He should be, I mean, at this point in the draft, I think I'm totally fine with just grabbing a bunch of rookies here and calling it good. My starters are pretty much locked in. If anything happens to those guys, we'll figure it out throughout the waiver wire. And yeah, that's kind of my thing, man. Like after like the 10th round or so, like you should be taking swings at these rookies because we don't know what these guys. A guy like Zach Charbonnet, he's going to get some work on third downs and some early down work. But if anything happens to Kenneth Walker, we got a league winner. With Quentin Johnston, if anything happens to Keenan Allen or Mike Williams, and he's just out there all the time in 2 wide receiver sets, it's going to be a good time. So again, we'll take some more rookies here to finish this draft. I like Kendre Miller quite a bit. Let me see who else. I do like Gerald Everett a lot. Jonathan Mingo's down here, deep receiver. I like Trey McBride as well. There's so many good picks left here available. I want to look at the running backs again. I mentioned Devon A-Chain. He should be gone by now. So we'll finish the draft with some high upside rookie picks. The 13th round picks, I'll recap it for you guys. Jerick McKinnon, Dalton Kincaid, Sam Laporta, Jeff Wilson, and Alan Lazard. Kenneth Gainwell, we take Quentin Johnston there. I like Dawson Knox this late. Denver defense, Jaden Reed, Miami defense, and then we missed on Gerald Everett. That's okay. I feel good about the tight end we got. More backups coming off the board. We do miss on Kendre Miller, but that's okay. Other backups here. The rookie Zay Flowers could be really nice. I don't hate grabbing him. I don't know how many picks I got. Do I have 16 picks in this? I'm amazed at how low they have the rookies in this. It's pretty crazy. I'll grab Zay Flowers here. We'll see if we get him. Yeah, pretty much everybody's on auto pick here. Again, I'm just collecting rookies at this point. We got Charbonnet, Johnston, and Zay Flowers. More junk going on here. So again, I apologize. I don't know how helpful this mock draft will be, but I'm kind of giving you some strategy tips. I love taking rookies in the back half of my draft. Nobody wants them. I'll take all the rookies. And again, we're going to end here with Devon A-Chain. I think we need defense, I think we need defense or kicker. I'm not quite sure. I'm still pretty bullish on not even drafting a kicker if you need one. You can draft a kicker on a good high-scoring team, but it depends on when you're drafting. If you want to make sure you get a kicker, I get it. Maybe we're done. I think the draft is over. So I didn't draft a kicker or a defense. That's fine. I still think we came out okay. Our starting quarterback is Tua. Starting receivers are CeeDee Lamb and Chris Olave. Our starting running backs are Bijan and J.K. Dobbins. Our starting tight end is Pat Freiermuth. And we have a really sweet competition for our flex spot. We got Alexander Madison, Christian Watson, Jerry Jeudy, Treylon Burks. That's pretty high-end competition there. Backup quarterback, Geno Smith. And then we got 4 rookies that we just plucked because no one wanted them. Zach Charbonnet, Quentin Johnston, Zay Flowers, and Devin Achane. So there might be some use for those guys at some point in the season. But hey, that's going to do it for me in this video. I hope you guys find some use out of this. I know it was a pretty janky auto pick draft, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. But either way, thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you in a future video. Have a good one, guys. Peace.